Today is the perfect day for you to be here. And for those in Facebook land and on Instagram, I'm inviting you to tell your friends, let your family know, because today is the day where we get to nurture ourselves as we move forward. I have a special song that I've chosen for us. And I'm going to invite you to take a moment right now and just get yourself loosened up. And if you have the need to kind of move and sway, that's a healthy way of healing. I want you to do that. This song is called A Song of the Soul. Today, we're doing everything in the name of love. It's all based on love today. And I'm inviting you to show up in the world as a sacred healer. I experienced this song more than 30 years ago, and it is a song that still stays with me. Larry and I were just swaying to the song last night as we were prepping and getting ready. It is called again, A Song of the Soul. And this is our video rendition of it. Take it away, Amber.
Open mine eyes that I may see glimpses of truth thou hast for me. Open mine eyes, illumine me, Spirit divine. Love of my life, I am crying, I am not dying, I am dancing, dancing along in the madness.
And here we are. What a wonderful song. And we get to sing today. Today is about our song of life and our contribution in life and how we show up in the world. So today it's going to be a very special day. First of all, we have one of those special births that we're celebrating. Actually, this month is a month full of birth, the birthing of newness and all of those wonderful things. And we're so blessed. Today, we're going to be talking about life and we're going to talk about being in the name of love. But today is a very special day because we get to hear from one of our birthday babies. He had a birthday on Friday. I do out people and I out them for in a good way. But he had a birthday last Friday and he thought he was going to sneak by me. But I have my informers out there. If I miss the mark, I got some people to keep me on track and remind me of the things that are very important. So I'm going to invite you all right now to join me right now as we bring Jim Thompson, practitioner Jim Thompson, forward. I love that term. Years ago, someone got so into practitioners, and she would say practitioner hobby, practitioner heart. She would just go and say all those wonderful things. But he gives and he shows up in the world as a blessing. And we're in the holiday season and we're celebrating special births. And he is a special birth and a blessing in the world. And so I'm going to turn this over to Jim Thompson right now for our sacred reading today and our prayer. Happy birthday.
Why, thank you, and good morning. Interestingly enough, my dad and I were talking when he called to wish me happy birthday. He says, originally I didn't want kids. Your mom wanted kids. But then I looked down and I saw this cute little thing, blonde haired, looked awfully like me when I was a child. And yeah, well, the rest is history. He really messed up and had two more boys. So my mom was blessed with three boys. Today, we are blessed with some more reading of the Advent, and today is December 17th. And just the first part of this, I already like it, so it's good that it's my turn to read again. Cooking and baking are among my favorite parts of the Christmas season. Definitely mine too. I especially like getting out cookbooks, photocopied recipes, and handwritten instructions for goodies. I only make around the holidays. This is one of the Christmas season's sweetest undertakings in every way. I know what it means to me, but a special experience showed me what it had meant to someone else. A few years ago, I caught up with someone I had not seen in more than 20 years. We were reunited around the holidays, and she told me she still made a recipe from the Christmas balls I had given her. I barely remembered it. As she described the confection, I had a vague recollection of the maraschino cherries, the ground nuts, rolled in powdered sugar, and I thought they were nice enough, but unremarkable. I had dropped the recipe from my holiday baking repertoire years before, but my friend had told me that she had made them every year until recently when she'd lost my handwritten recipe card. She asked if I could give her another, and I told her I would look for the recipe and email it to her. What she said next surprised me. Thanks, but I really want to find that card. I've had it for all these years. I'd hate to think it's gone for good. I asked why. I liked having your handwriting every year. I would see that card and make that recipe and think of you. Just as people come in our lives, they also leave, some gradually, others abruptly. I was touched to learn, and I was surprised that a minor gesture from so many years before had made such an impression. But I suppose I shouldn't have been. Throughout the years, I've saved mementos, ticket stubs, small souvenirs, scraps of handwriting, and a way of keeping dear ones with me and memories alive. It never occurred to me that someone would want to keep memories of me alive and would feel happy finding my handwriting on a recipe card once a year. But it makes sense. Our lives are always changing. Just as people come into our lives, they also leave, some gradually, others abruptly. The memories who make are ours forever. Christmas is the perfect time to remember those. for whatever reason, are no longer with us. We keep them close. We hang the special ornaments, tell the funny stories, and make the treasured recipes. This is perhaps the sweetest tribute to those whose presence, whose kindness has touched us. This Christmas, let's allow ourselves to feel the bonds of friendship or kinship, the transcendent, distant time, and even life itself. This is how we keep one another close, our bonds of love unbreakable, whether our memories are happy or bittersweet. Let all that you do be done in love. 1 Corinthians 16:14. And with that, let's just turn within. As we delve into our recipe box, simply know and affirm that God is truly all there is, and that presence, that essence of love, of pure joy, pure peace, is radiating in and through and as each and every one of us within the sound of my voice, this moment, this very nanosecond. That love permeates each and every one of us. As we allow this day, this beautiful session to fulfill itself fully, as Reverend Jerry gives her message of love. And this day is all about love. As we delve back into that recipe box of love, that sweetness, that sugary sweetness of love, of joy, of peace, of harmony, of caring and compassion. And as we move forward today, we do so in that divine essence of perfect love. Just allowing the words, the music, the thoughts, the feelings, the fellowship to simply anchor itself in and through and as every thought, every word, and every activity takes place today. So I know that this time, this essence, this space, this moment is blessed, and that each person in it is a blessing. I give thanks, I let go, and I let it be. And so it is. Amen.
And so it is, and now it is. Amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Jim. What a wonderful, wonderful reading and a wonderful prayer. Thank you so much. And yes, I think our job right now is to anchor in that space and take out a lumps of coal and input more sugary energy into the world. And so this is what it's all about. What a wonderful prayer and a great anchoring. You know, if I didn't know any better, when we talk about the story of Christmas, maybe we're talking about the story of Christmas expanding and growing within each and every one of us. Someone has told me that we can have Christmas every day of the year. I truly believe that. And every day is a new birth and a new beginning. So thank you, wonderful blessing. I can imagine Jim, the family getting all excited to celebrate. And he says, I'm going to come early because this is so exciting, full of energy. And who could not see this beautiful being and say, yeah, I think I like this. I'm happy. I understand what his father was talking about. So now, with that in mind, I have a special song because I'm hearing about all the babies coming home. And this is dedicated to all those that are coming home or being with their loved ones. This comes from Beverly Smith. I'll be home for Christmas. Take it away, Amber.
I am dreaming tonight of a place I love even more than I usually do. And I go, I know it's a long road back. This I promise you. I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me.
Wow, that was beautiful, wonderful. Beverly and her sweet voice, and the song "I'll Be Home for Christmas." So I'm smiling, and although my life has changed, I love hearing wonderful stories, and I love stories about coming home or being reunited with our loved ones. And today's title is entitled In the Name of Love. And we get an opportunity to talk about the presence of love and its power and its strength and its wonder and its beauty. And as we move through this space of learning about the power of love, we get an opportunity to expand and express and understand the power of love. Now, the thing is about life, this is what I have found. We all love. That's undeniable. We all love. Yet, I know that we may not have the tools to support us in the practice of love because maybe perhaps our lives, some things have happened in our lives that have placed us in a space where we're maybe paralyzed. I was just looking at something, and I always bring my life experiences into the space. And the reason is the question is, what is it that I can learn from this experience? So I was sitting with my DO the other day, and we were working on my body, and it's getting cold, and I'm adjusting to all the things. And she was talking to me about my diaphragm and some things that I can do in terms of working with the muscle and understanding my body. I'm always a student of life and learning how to work with my body and things. And she says, I'm going to send some exercises for you to do, to use to help you. I know how to breathe. I teach breathing exercises. Yet I want us to always remember there is something we get to learn to grow in. In this particular case, I got to learn a new technique to work with my body and how to work with that particular part of my body. I'm going to say that that's the same thing. It's a principle, and it is a principle that continues to grow and express itself. So I believe that we are all born to be a beneficial presence in the world, and that as we get caught in the world, oftentimes we move into a place of forgetfulness. And for me, when I think about entertainment, and I'm thinking about a person that impressed my life, he was in my life for a short period of time, kind of sort of like the story Jim was sharing. His name is Al Razavi. Um, he came from Iran and had been imprisoned in Iran because he was a spirit in rebellion. He was presenting a play by Tennessee Williams. He's a scientist, and he was also an actor. Go figure. How do those two mix? They were mixed very well. So we had an opportunity. I had an opportunity to experience him, and I loved what it was he had to share about growth. And we shared a love for Viktor Frankl. And he followed his bliss. He eventually was freed from prison. His family migrated here into the States, and part of his downtime was to do this. And he started doing workshops for families and working on some things called edutainment. And edutainment was a way to support people in terms of growth and how we express in the world. See, we do move through life, and we move through life, but we don't always know how to move because sometimes we get stuck. And I'm going to say stuck in a silo. What I love about this particular group is that we have people that are coming from different parts of the earth. And these people that are here, I'm talking about the ones right here in this very room, our Zoom room. And that includes also the people that are out there on our social media platforms. We come from different parts of the earth. But Jim's prayer says we all get to enjoy the warmth and the comfort of each other, the fellowship to be in the presence of each other. The song, People Who Need People Are the Luckiest People in the World. And we get an opportunity to feed and to support each other and to celebrate each other, to celebrate our wins and to celebrate our growth. I am thinking about Al Razavi. He's passed on now, but he was briefly in my life. And I'll tell you, his nurturing, his support for me at the time that I didn't even know I was going to be moving through what I was moving through was rich and very powerful. That is the reason I have the voice to speak right now, an empowered voice to speak truth and to be who I've been called here to be. The reason I'm sharing this with you all is that you guys all have a voice, and that voice is not just blah, 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 blah. That voice is so much more. It's the way we communicate, the way we show up, and how we act and how we respond. This is the song of the soul that is fulfilling itself. Now, many of us may feel like we're in that space of fight or flight. That's the reason we started off with this song of the soul, to let us know that it is the song of the soul, and there is something within you that is ready to birth itself and reveal itself. This is the story, the same story. When we celebrate Bodhi Day, it's about a new birth that is unfolding when we have that festival of life and the space of enlightenment that Buddha had when he was sitting there under the Bodhi tree. And it was a gift to the that came through him, and it was a gift that continues to bless itself and reiterate itself within each and every one of our lives. The same thing unfolded after being pilferaged with war and all the craziness that unfolded. The holy people came forward. Holy people are simply people of wholeness, and we're talking about wholeness. And I want you to know that wholeness resides in every one of us. They came forward. And it's like, what do we start? We start with our practice of the ritual and remembering the light that dwells within us. We're talking about that divine spark. And I want you to hear that word, divine spark, because when we talk about birth, we're talking about the spark that is alive. And that spark is alive within you. And so in that space, they said, oh, I only have enough oil. The process and the preparation, it may only last us for a short period of time. That oil and that light extended itself. It was only going to last them a short period of time, and they had so many days to get it prepared. Well, that light extended beyond their expectation. When we talk about the miracle of life, I want you to hear this right now, because many of us may be moving through desperation right now. Many of us may feel disenfranchised and unhappy with the world and all the different things that are unfolding. I want you to hear these words. I want you to know there is a spark in you, and the spark of hope is the spark that may be the thing to get you forward. The spark of living from a place of peace, regardless of appearances, is the thing to move you forward. And the other part is the spark of love. And in combination, it can move mountains. And so I go back to the thing again. People love but they may not know how to love. And there may be people that are walking around. We hear these wonderful stories, and I hear a lot of cynicism. Why are you telling that story about Christmas? Why are you talking about Santa Claus? Why are you talking about that birth? And is that really true? And all of that. I want us to catch the story of life, and that is which is true. The reading that Jim shared was the story of life. The story that I share with you every day when I'm moving through something is the story of life. Now, there may be some parts that are missing because I love it. When Larry used to have this recording, I actually had a recording too. Remember, life is what you make it, and you get to write the script of your life. That script has a lot to do with the choices that we make and how we show up and expand ourselves in the world. On December 15th, so many young years ago, a blessing showed up in the world as Jim Thompson. On December 12th, so many years ago, a blessing showed up as Judy Heilman. On December, I believe it's the 21st, a blessing showed up as Kathy Scott. We all are blessings. It is important for us to understand this blessing and that spark. My favorite part of the video was that little boy, and the little boy brought a smile to my face because I was thinking about my little nephew, my great nephew. I have a niece, I have a grand niece, and I have a great nephew. That's the lineage. And he loves being a superhero. I want you to know that that superhero resides within you, regardless of how old you are. I talked to a member of our family, and on her next birthday, we pray and move and look forward to celebrating with her next birthday. She's going to be 85 years old. 85 years old. How rich and how very, very powerful. But I want you to know that regardless of your age, if you're 85, you're 100, or how old you are a divine spark. Today, we're going to be looking, I think it's this evening, they're doing the Dick Van Dyke celebration, and I think he's 99 years old, and his spark is still sparking. That man is still acting. Can you imagine that? Because he's showing up for who he's been called here to be. You have been called here to be. And where you're at and whatever is going on in your life, you can be it. We often come up with excuses based on the things outside of ourselves. I want you to have hope. I want you to persevere. And perseverance is an important part. So oftentimes you've heard me talk often about going out and being a beneficial presence in the world. That is the true reason why we're here, to stand in a place where that energy shows up. And so part of that process of showing up as a beneficial presence in the world is shaking off all the dis-ease and the cold and all the other stuff. You know, I was telling you about my bones and everything. It was like, oh no, we got to do something. I had to have a talk with this body because we have so much more. What is it that I can do to exercise compassion? How can I love you a little bit more? And so we got some answers, and we start to move in that area of loving and nurturing every cell of my being here in this human experience. It's bringing forth kindness and compassion. Part of that kindness and compassion, it starts with ourselves, and it does not take away from anybody else. And whenever you give kindness and compassion to someone else, I want you to remember that that kindness and that compassion you're celebrating is not only for them, but it's also for you. Catherine Ponders reminds us that our good is on our way when we see good expressing with others and we celebrate with others. So I want you to look for an opportunity today, starting right now, to find a way to celebrate something good within somebody else. That is the reason I continue to remember and to practice these principles. The other part of this whole process is having the assurance that all things will ultimately work out for the best. I want us to look forward to the good, to practice that looking forward. That's the reason one of my favorite movies, Kathy Redmond and I were talking the other day, and we were talking about our favorite movies. And one of my favorite movies is Miracle on 34th Street. I love that movie. I know the old version of the movie and I know the new version of the movie. It is a story about hope. One of the things I try and do, I may not watch the movie all the way through, and I probably have seen most of every single movie that is on the Walmart Hallmark channel right now. But I love looking at Christmas music, Christmas movies. And the reason is to remind me about hope in the world and the story of hope. There is the story in you that is ready to be birthed. And part of that is the story about what it's like to look up. That's the reason I remind you all that there is a spiritual practice where we can take time and pause and just look up. Why am I doing that? There's a practical reason. And here's the connection right here and right now. When we look forward to the best, we look forward to moving beyond appearances, beyond our experiences right here and right now. And I want you to know, regardless of what's going on in your life right now, there is an opportunity for you to move past that and to rise above and move beyond that. The other part, and I'm so glad that we have a person on the line right now, and that person is always talks about gratitude. Mm, 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 mm. And I want you to know that gratitude is the most powerful thing. And whatever is going on in your life right now, if you can just start to practice gratitude, it will move you forward. And you would be amazed when we talk about the miracles. All of these things play with each other. That miracle will bring forth something even greater the more that we continue to anchor in the space of gratitude. So, this time of year, the reason I love this time of the year is because we have a coming together, whether we know it or not. And I'm so grateful for all these wonderful traditions coming together, shining and focusing on the light. We have an opportunity to tap into a collective consciousness of healing and hope. And so I want you to pay attention and look for your opportunities to participate in these times of healing and hope. We have our World Day of Healing taking place on December 31st. And for those people that have problems sleeping and wake up early, I hope that you wake up at 4 o'clock and join me here in the Zoom room so we can do our prayer work, and then you go back to sleep and you can sleep the rest of the day. But we can do our part. We're going to join millions of people around the world to be a tipping point in the world for peace everywhere, to honor peace everywhere at every point. That includes our lives. It includes all the things that are happening all around the world. We're going to have to shadow, and we're going to need to be the spark to douse out any sense of separation in those hot pockets. So there is an opportunity for us to do that, to move into the sacred and the holy spaces. And finally, I want us to talk about to be loved at all times. My niece asked me a question last week. It was an interesting question. And we were talking, and it was about unconditional love. And she says, well, what are your conditions for unconditional love? And it was a very good question because we hear about practicing unconditional love. And this is what I shared with her. I'm going to close with sharing this part here. I said, I sent her a note the next day because I sat with it and we never did complete it. We were just in the family having just talk. But I sent this to her. I said, good morning. My condition for unconditional love is that it promotes life for all. I received a prayer this morning. I did receive a prayer when I sent that on this subject and included this quote, and I want to share it with you. And it says, there are two basic motivating forces, fear and love. When we are afraid, we pull back from life. When we are in love, we open to all that has a life has to offer with passion and excitement and acceptance. We need to learn to love ourselves first in all our glory and all our imperfections. If we cannot love ourselves, we cannot fully open up to our ability to love others or our potential to create. Evolution and all hopes for a better world rest in the fearlessness and the open hearted vision of people who embrace life. And that comes from John Lennon. And it is in that space that I'm inviting you to anchor and to practice being a beneficial presence, knowing that love shines forth always through you and in you beyond that which you cannot even imagine. So, with that in mind, right here and right now, I'm going to invite you to listen to a song. We've gone back into our vault and we're sharing Christmas music. And this particular song was a song that I requested about 2 or 3 years ago by from a beloved colleague of mine, Reverend Michelle Jordan. She's a wonderful musician and a wonderful presence in the world. She does workshops, and maybe we'll bring her in soon to support you in exercising your voice in the world because we are in need of that. This song is entitled I Am Light. She does her own interpretation of it. I love it because what she's doing is she's giving us all permission to be the unique person we've all been called here to be. And then we'll move into prayer. Take it away, Amber.
Good evening, everyone. Happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa. Ooh, I am a light, I am light. I am a light, I am light. I am a light, I'm light. I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. I am a light. I am light. I am a light. I am light. I am a light, I am a light. I am not the mistakes that I've made or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream that I left behind. No, I am light. I am light. I am a light. I am a light. I am a light. I am a light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. All light. I am light. Oh, I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light, oh light. I am light.
Thank you. Wow. I'm inviting you right now to join me. We're going to move into a sacred space. And as we move into the sacred space right now, I'm inviting you to breathe. I want you to anchor in a space of unconditional love. Breathe in through your nose. And I'm going to invite you to just pretend you're using a straw right now and to exhale through your mouth with your lips open, like you're breathing into a straw. And just breathe as we honor the presence of light right where we are. Allowing that presence of light to expand itself as perfect love, as perfect peace, as the praise of life, the energy of gratitude. That energy filled with the source of the infinite, allowing it to infuse and saturate itself as that infinite power, calming the seas, calming storms, that divine presence that is perfect, that divine presence that is ever life-giving. So we take this moment now to honor that consciousness of love, And as we're honoring the consciousness of love right where we are, I'm going to invite you to allow that love to focus its energy. Focus it at every point in reference within your life. Allow it to be that wonderful, comforting presence. And just simply breathe. And as we're allowing for it to be that comforting presence, we just allow right now for those that we know and those that are open and receptive to healing, and maybe those that may be moving through life right now and experiencing whatever, we bring them here to this circle. So where we're bringing right now Unica Laster here into this space. We're bringing right now Anita Nace here into this space. We're bringing Francis Drake here into this space. We're bringing the Evans here into this space. We're bringing the Weldons here into this space. And as we bring them all into this space, and all those that show up in your consciousness right here, right now, we breathe into the space of unconditional love. We breathe into the space knowing that there is a liberating presence, that there is a light, and the light is the hope. It is the vision of perfection, and it is the miracle, mirroring itself. And what are we mirroring? The energy and the power of perfection. The energy and the power of perfect wholeness. We're acknowledging it in the big, in the small, at every point and every in between. And so I speak my word this morning, knowing that this perfect power, this perfect light is alive. It is moving energy. It is love in action, and it is expanding. So I know that that loving light right now, it honors itself. It blesses itself within every family. It honors itself. It feels itself as the gift of good, the gift of love, the gift of joy. And what I'm knowing is right here, right now, this is a blessing that is overflowing. I'm giving high thanks for this wonderful energy, this sacred movement, this joy, this source of the divine in action, expressing itself and revealing itself as the infinite. And it is in this space of perfect love and perfect peace that I take this time now to release these words, knowing that my words have already stirred itself up and that the sweetness of life has already garnered itself, and it is delectable. And I know that the beauty of spirit shines forth right now in practical ways through each and every single person that has heard my voice. Spirit has tempered itself, and it has blessed itself beyond that which we cannot even imagine. And for this and so much more, we give high thanks and we affirm these holy and these sacred words. And so it is. And now it is.
So it is, now
And
it is.
so it is, and now it is.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen, Aho, and Ashe.
I thank you all for being here today. I thank you for being a blessing here in the world. I thank you for your gift of life. And as I'm thanking you for all of these wonderful and rich things, um, I want you to be aware that we have some activities that are going on. And these activities are very important things. We have our winter solstice holiday program, and the theme is revealing the presence of light. And I want you to be a part of this. Since you guys are here and you can hear my voice, I want you to come and I want you to bring candles to this event. It's next Thursday. Our doors will open at 6:15. Jim Thompson is going to do some music. He's going to serenade you with some music for about 15 minutes. And at 6:30, our program begins. And we have some wonderful, rich sharings. And the sharing is about bringing light into the world. You'll be surprised at the wisdom and all the beautiful people that are going to be sharing. So, Larry, would you just take a moment and share right now? No, Amber, it's Amber. Amber, please share our announcements with everybody.
Happy holidays, everyone, and welcome to this special edition of Coffee and Tea. And here are some important things you need to know. There is value in spiritual practice. You are invited to our holiday celebration, which is the event of the year this Thursday, December 21st at 6:30 p.m. Our theme is Revealing the Presence of Light. Our Zoom room will open at 6:15 with meditative music from practitioner Jim Thompson, followed by holiday music, spoken words of healing, and light tributes. It will be an inspirational event. Place it on your calendar and invite your friends and family. We will not be having our regular service on Christmas Eve. We will have a replay of this event along with an extended playlist of holiday music next Sunday, which is also Christmas Eve. It will be replayed on Facebook. Please note this. Join us on Sunday morning, December 31st, which is New Year's Eve morning at 4 o'clock a.m. Pacific time, as we send prayers all around the world for peace and healing of all discord. We will be joining millions of people who will be intentionally praying with us. And please note that this is a Zoom-only event. Use the SEATFM link tree to access this event. A replay of this event will be made available on Facebook at 7:30 a.m. Pacific time in place of our Sunday Power Talk on December 31st. We also invite you to relax during the holidays and to include the key, the inner guide to a higher vibration, on your family viewing list. Use the scan code to view the trailer and order the movie. Thank you for watching us, and remember to like us too. Ernest Holmes says life is ever giving of itself. We must receive, utilize, and extend the gift. Success and prosperity are spiritual attributes belonging to all people. And thank you all for your joyful giving of tithes and donations. They allow us to continue to develop and bring us quality programming. You can give in the following ways. You can receive a 6-month subscription to Science of Mind magazine by setting up a monthly joyful donation of $15 or more, or you can make a one-time donation. Text to give. Just text the amount of your joyful gift to 909-217-3504 and follow the prompts on the return text. You can even set up recurring gifts. This is Reverend Jerry's favorite. Facebook followers can donate on the Spiritual Enlightenment and Truth Focus Ministry Facebook page. Mail us a gift. Checks can be made payable to Spiritual Enlightenment and Truth Focus Ministry, SEATFM, and mail to 2 East Gridley Road, Suite B552, Gridley, California, 95948. Here's a special message from the Prayer for Heart app.
I got my prayer app, did you?
I have my app. Have you gotten yours yet? I got my prayer. Did you get yours?
Oh my gosh, I got my prayer app. Did you get yours?
I've got my prayer app. Did you get yours? You can download it today, the Prayerful Heart app from your app store.
That's all for now, and we invite you to have a safe holiday and stay tuned for great things from SEATFM in 2024.
And there we are. I love that commercial. That was so much fun doing that commercial. And I look at the fact that we've grown in a tremendous way with our technology and the way we do a lot of things now. So that was very exciting. But I want to remind you, as you're moving through this season right now, I want you to lean into spiritual enlightenment and truth focused ministry. I want you, if something's going on, this is the time to just take advantage of the benefits. You are ambassadors of truth, and I want you to take advantage. Download that prayer app in your prayer store, in your app store. And I want you to use that. If you need to send us a prayer request 3 times a day, we have a team of practitioners that are ready to pray about you, to know the truth about your life and everything. So this is the perfect time. And the world, we're tapping into an energy, a certain vibration. And that vibration is the vibration of life expanding and life giving of itself. And the beauty of that has immersed itself in this wonderful experience, whatever is going on. So take advantage of it. Lift yourself up. I would just purposely send in a prayer request daily because we're moving into a new year. It supports us in being intentional in terms of who we are and how we show up and how we are a beneficial presence in the world. And so in the meantime, I want to share something very special. This is to honor someone very special to us all. He's what helps us keep going. He's Mr. Technology. We call on him to help resolve problems. We use him in terms of updating our website and everything. His name is Adrian Madden. And in addition to his gift with technology and everything, he is also a gifted artist. And we're going to share one of his wonderful songs, holiday songs. I call him our own personal, I'm going to call him Bing Crosby. Take it away, Amber.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us,
gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. So hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Merry Christmas, everyone.
And Merry Christmas to you, Adrian. You are truly, truly a blessing. I'm inviting everybody now. Remember, I want you to put this on your calendar. We got a lot going on this week, but the most important thing is it is December 21st, 6:15. Jim is going to be waiting on you. We're going to have this wonderful celebration. I'm sharing this with everybody. That includes everybody out there on our social media platforms. Come and be a part of this extravaganza. We even have our elder. She's going to be 85 years old, and she's going to give us permission to move forward in our wonderful celebration. I know that it will uplift your spirit, and you guys will get a chance to see Amber. And you guys always hear Amber, but you never see her. So I'm going to say goodbye to Facebook right now. And as I'm saying goodbye to Facebook,